Ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again with episode 3 of the TunedIn Podcast. Different location this time, Kyle.
Yeah, we're in a special location, back in York though,
Yes,
which
that's
is
why,
good to hear.
The York.
What is
the
that you're
York.
wearing?
It's the Vanbrugh shirt, obviously. So at York, it's divided into 7 colleges.
I think so.
Obviously, Vanbrugh being the best one, I had to represent it on a fine evening as it is tonight.
So what is that, a football, rugby?
Yeah, it's football. I mean, I'm not much of a football player, but it looks hard. So
No, it's quite nice. Today I've got something new on as well.
you do, don't you?
Yeah, it's a little hoodie, some little merch that we actually made
Something special.
for ourselves. Yeah, something just exclusive for me and you at the moment.
For now.
For now, yeah. I mean, we'll probably chuck in a little clip now.
Yeah, we'll chuck in a little something.
Definitely, and we can give a little 360 of both of us
Yeah,
wearing it.
Little look.
Yeah, so it's been.
What is it?
Yeah, it's been a week. We missed a week.
It's 2 weeks, but then we were working on stuff, so we've got some stuff tonight after this actually.
Yep.
Associated with the guest of the evening,
So
really as well as the jumpers and stuff like this. We've been working on little things, but yeah, I think we just need to get cracking. You do.
Definitely, yeah. It's a bit different as well, where we're actually holding the mic.
Yeah.
So hopefully the audio is actually.
I keep dropping it.
All right. So yeah, I mean, let's just get straight into it, really.
Yeah, let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah. So introducing our first ever guest on the TunedIn Podcast.
Yes, you do have to get the mic, Jack.
Yeah, first ever guest of the TunedIn Podcast, Mr. Jack Wilson.
Yeah, this is big. The first ever. Let me slide across. You're the main man. Get in the middle.
I'll slide across as well.
How's it going, boys?
How you doing, Jack? How you doing?
Mr. Jack Wilson, how are you?
I see you.
Good to be here, boys.
Yeah, we got the fine liquor as well, because a little switch up because we're going out clubbing after this.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
You'll see with the content.
Getting a bit licked.
A bit licked.
Let's grab
Anyway,
my booze.
Jack.
My free booze.
Jack, tell us about you. Who are you? How do we know you?
My name's Jack George Wilson. You know me because we were students here.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we're in the same year. We go clubbing a lot. We've got the same interests. Yeah, I know Kai actually a bit more back. Me and Kai met in first year.
This sofa's a bit.
So we was at a mutual friend's.
First few days, first few weeks.
Yeah, first few weeks we was at a mutual friend's house, Prees. And yeah, I mean, that's when I met Kai. Saw him on and off. Went to his Prees sometimes in second year. Then I think as you meet somebody over time, you get to know each other better. Then solidify that friendship, and that's how we met. Gang.
Yeah, it's been good since.
I think that associates to what we were saying about the colleges, though. The fact of you were Langworth, weren't you?
I was.
You were James. I was
Yep.
Vanbrugh.
Yep.
Once again, I think we spoke about this in the first episode, where it's a case of everyone comes from the different colleges, and they're very divided at first. But then it's the fact of when you do come together, you bring in these different friendship groups,
Yeah.
and it all comes together to form this huge circle. And like all of us boys, there's very few of us, I think, that have been from
It
the same
does. I
colleges.
think you was mentioning the players in your last podcast.
the players.
Yeah,
It's
I
one of
think
the players.
I don't think there's one college where a player is not from. I think we kind of our friendship group
Maybe,
conquered the entire
What's the
university.
international one?
And Lister?
No, not Vita. No. Oh, what is it? There's another one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's
Nah.
by the river.
They're all by the river.
No, shut up.
What are you
No,
on about?
there's what's it called? I'm gonna have to Google it. You two carry on talking. I'm gonna find this out. Bear with.
Yeah.
I think he's waffling.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, with me personally, going like while we're talking about a college system,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure on it at first because, so Freshers Week is the first week you kind of come to uni. There's loads of events there's loads of clubbing events and where you're supposed to meet new people and whatnot. With the college system at York,
Wentworth.
thank you.
Sorry.
Anyway, continuing.
Excuse me.
Continuing, yeah. So with the college system at York, everyone does their events in their own college, so you don't really meet new people till afterwards. But the cool thing is, like, we have like a sporting league, like, which I think is pretty cool. Like, there's all the colleges.
Different
All the
teams?
colleges have a football. There's a football league with all the colleges, a rugby league with all the colleges.
And it's the fact of it's not even just one team. It goes like, what is it? Teams 1 to 7 in the colleges.
It depends on how big the college is.
Because
yeah.
I know of some unis where obviously they have the uni 1 team. They have maybe the uni 1s to 7s, but that's just for their uni.
Mhm.
Whereas we have the colleges, a bit like Harry Potter.
I think a lot of people do criticise the collegiate system because it can seem very... Well, when I first came and I had sticks, so sticks are these people who look out for you in first year.
Well,
you had sticks.
Look out. Oh, I don't know. It's a questionable
Well,
one.
some
of them
do.
are a bit mad.
Some act very...
Excuse to redo freshers, really.
Yeah, some of them are a bit...
Some act very maternal. Some see it as an excuse to redo freshers. But because you have like sticks looking out for you and you get these committees always trying to guide you, it can seem very like, let's say, high schoolish. But I think through that, after you get over the whole fresher thing, it creates a very competitive, let's say, aspect to university. And through that, you meet so many different people through sports, through going out. Oh shit, you're from my rival college.
It causes some problems though, because there is some.
What are you referring to?
There are some arguments and what have you between different colleges. Like you see at the football games, the amount of fights I've seen at like the football games between the different colleges, and it's not like it just stays on the pitch. It rumbles down to a Salvo's Wednesday where it all kicks off further.
But that's just passion. That's sport though.
Yeah.
Like Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans hate each other, but you can still be friends.
Yeah,
with them,
I mean
like.
it's passion, but when you're watching the 7s versus the 6s, and it's like 15-14, you know.
Yeah, it's year 4 level football.
The beautiful thing about university as well, I find like a lot of the best friendships are the ones through those beefs. So you have a beef and you think, oh shit, we're not too different.
Kyle would have a lot of friends.
Best friends. Maybe not in boxing, but...
Yeah, but I mean boxing don't have the college system, obviously, like, because they start off as like more a boxercise exercise, and then if you want to get more into competing and whatnot, you kind of go into a smaller group. And that's with a lot of the more niche sports where they couldn't fill out a whole team.
Were you a sportsman? Like, what was your sport? I know you're a bit of a footballer now and then.
I can't lie, I was the best baller in the uni.
What team did you play for, Jack?
I'm not sure about that.
Well, I was first year playing uni ones, but obviously it was very unfair, so I had to put myself down to Lang with fours.
Lang with fours.
This joke, man. Right.
But yeah, that was very good. I found it very, like, I was captain in second year.
You scouted me, even though I'm, a Vanbrugh through and through.
I mean, Vanbrugh, and so the thing we have like a loan system, so I can get people off loan from different colleges.
Is that actually a thing, or did you make that up?
I made that up.
Okay.
I swear, you've made a few things up. What was that warm up drill you used to do? Well, can we even touch on that, because that's an interesting one.
We might leave that one for a later episode for you boys.
Yeah, that's for the explicit page one day.
I'm intrigued. I don't even know about this.
Let's just say it's a sexual stretch.
Yeah, let's just say we're warming the boys up for football and Salvos.
Oh, okay.
Right, Salvo Smokers.
Salvo's probably the worst club in York, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'd probably say Ziggy's Friday.
No.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
So, Salvo's got to be the worst, in my opinion.
I don't know. I'd maybe say Cuda. Like, the worst one was when
Cuda first and second year was good.
Once I went to Cuda and I was wearing a full suit listening to extreme drum and bass, and I was stood there like this.
Why are we going to a club in a full suit, though?
I'm a stylish you. Anyway.
That's what the birds want.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
I see, in my opinion, I think Cuda, because Cuda, it's a good club in its own right. However, a lot of freshers go there. So if you're second and third year, it's not going to be all
It's good for some people, some fresher sharks out there.
You.
I can't lie, I've just been done dirty. I'm not that guy.
You did put yourself in that yourself.
Huh?
You did set yourself up for that.
No, I'm talking about other people like R9. A few people know about R9, but
Ronaldo, top goal scorer.
Nah, the one with the badger trim that we're friends with.
I know.
I love Ross.
Don't listen to him, Ross. That's the name then.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Right. Yeah.
What's your opinion on Salvo's, Jack?
So Salvation's a weird one, I think. So it's a good club. You get a lot of people going there. It's hyped up because obviously all the socials go there, all the sports clubs go there. However, I feel like a lot of people who go out are social members, and when they're part of their society, their egos will inflate, and they'll be more prone and susceptible to, let's say, starting fights. So whenever I go Salvos, I can never just relax and I have to be on my guard because there's people there who don't go out and with the sports clubs and their egos inflated. I have to be careful. And through that, I just think there's more trouble at Salvos. There's more things to worry about. It's one of them. However, it is a good club because you get to bond with your societies. You get to and there's a few flaws, different music genres. Jason Riley, a very controversial DJ. I think he's all right. I don't mind him.
He's a crowd pleaser.
He's a crowd pleaser. He does the job. If you're not drunk, then if you're drunk, then you want Jason Riley on the decks. But that's my opinion of
Sorry guys, I'm having some
a
issues.
beautiful smoking area as well, I've got to say to the manager. Very well done for building that.
I'm having some issues right now. Could someone open this bottle, please?
Yeah.
I'm slightly struggling.
So to side note a little bit.
Give it to the boxer, the gym lad.
What's some of that Aiden Nutley vodka?
We've got something that we kind of cooked up a little bit.
A little bit of fun, and a bit of wordplay.
So obviously we said we're drinking because we're going out, but we've got AU vodka for Aidan Utley,
and we got a KA for
Kai Ali. We're gonna mix it up and then see how that goes.
A light bit of creativity, to say the least.
Just something little. I mean, AU might want to start sponsoring us soon. We'll see.
I wish.
I
wish.
Directors.
Yeah, I mean, you lot carry on while I open this.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, what's your opinion on what's your opinion on revs?
Oh, don't chat to me about revs.
You love revs. Revs upstairs is your playground, mate. On a Wednesday, you know you're there.
So right, let's put it into perspective. So on a Wednesday in York, it's divided into two universities. There's York St John and University of York. Now on a Wednesday, University of York, their club night is at Salvation, which we've just spoken about, and the York St John night's at Revolutions, as I'm sure a lot of people will know about because revs is quite common.
It's a good club.
And anyway, I saw it as, I've been to Salvations, I've seen everyone at uni, why would I not go and meet a load of other people at a different uni and enjoy my time while I'm there, as I did. And I'd probably say that might be the thing I miss most about clubbing in York is Wednesday revs. Because a lot of people at uni they were always like, nah, I'm not going to go there, which I didn't understand personally. So then I started bringing some people down. I was like, oh, trust me, come along, you'll enjoy it. As they did. So that's my take on a Wednesday revs. What about you? Did you ever come down? I feel like I've brought you along a couple times.
Yeah, you did. You introduced me to Wednesday revs.
Verdict?
Very good. It's good. Primarily because there's new people.
Yeah, 100%.
I think.
So I'm feeling like Kai right now.
I think this is I have this outlook on club nights. You can have the best 5 friends in the world in the shed with no music. You have a good time. You can have one person or 2 people who you don't know in the best club in the world. You have a shit time. So it's down to the people, not the actual club itself. And with revs, and obviously with that you can get bored of people. You know, at university, you're there on a Wednesday. You're on a Wednesday. You're there on a Sunday. You know everyone on a Sunday. But then you want to you're an extrovert, you want to know people, you go to Wednesday. If you get bored of Wednesday, you go to Sunday.
See, I'm more of an introvert. I think Kai's more of like an extrovert. So Kai likes to be out there. I'm more like, I'll go out now and again. And when I'm not going out, I'm probably just like chilling at home, just working on myself. And making sure the people around me are really staying positive. Like my friend Ted, who I've been looking after the past day.
Yeah, I mean...
So I'm getting an applause in the back.
I don't know how to respond to that.
In his mind, he's a beautiful person, but
outside am I not beautiful? Wow.
You look after Ted, but you bring Ted out to the club. That's how you look after Ted.
No, I think I'm actually a really good influence. It's like at work, one of the ladies who's having a baby, she was talking about who would babysit, and she said me, definitely not. I think I'd actually be sick.
Definitely not.
Yeah, she said no.
What, the lady who's about to have a baby?
Yeah, so if we were to babysit, I was like, I reckon I'd be really good. And she went, no.
Who do you think has a better opinion / take on who's good at looking after a baby? Someone who's about to become a mother or you?
Well, we're on a...
You can just about tie a shoelaces by yourself.
We're on a level playing field because she hasn't had the baby yet. But, yeah, that's me. Anyway, I'm interested to get into the conversation of... Obviously, we're speaking about clubbing, so you can probably understand where this whole thing kind of ties together.
We just love clubbing.
Nah, not anymore. I'm mature nowadays. Anyway, Jack, what's your association to clubbing and the worst night of the week?
So,
I'm joking. I love it.
So how it got started?
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. Like, why do we keep alluding to clubbing?
Yeah. So basically, I run a company called Student Party Network. That all started because I'm naturally an extrovert. I love clubbing. I go out, and then
I should have a slice of you.
Come for it. So basically, I was out one night. So it might get deep. Just bear with me. So I was out one night with my friends. I was with my college. I got drunk, got ejected from the club. You know, we've all been there. And the bouncer was shouting, saying, "Get away!" I was like, "No, why I've been kicked out." One thing, before I know it, I got thrown against a wall, and then I pushed him back, and then 6 bouncers jumped on me.
Jack, before you carry on talking, put the mic a bit closer because we don't know how easily these pick up the sound.
Okay. Yeah. So.
But try again.
Pardon?
I joke.
Yeah. So
digress.
one thing led to another. I got my cheekbone split there. Got my ribs broken.
Who was this by again? Sorry.
The Salvos bouncers. Yeah, so I got my cheekbone split. I got my ribs broke. I got 2 black eyes, cut lip. I was in hospital. Couldn't play football for a long time.
What happened to the other guy?
Don't know. Went on laughing. Told his wife that he'd beat up some dickhead.
So bad.
Yeah. So that happened. But at the time, it was happening to a lot of people. You know.
Why, Aidan? Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
The guy's opening his heart up to us.
I am Aiden. What are you doing?
What
I'm
is
telling
wrong
a very
with you?
intimate story.
Don't blame anyone but yourself. You're a horrible person. You horrible extrovert.
Silly me, I'm just a naive young boy.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
that
Jack.
happened.
Carry on, mate.
And then what happened then? So yeah, obviously that was quite a depressing time for me. I couldn't play football. Blah blah blah. I went to the university, asked for help. Nothing happened. Went to.
What was it you tried? Like, when you say you asked for help, what do you mean?
I said, look, like this shouldn't have happened. Can I look at the cameras? No, the club won't give them away. Blah blah. They won't record it or whatever they said.
What coincidence, right?
Yeah, one of them, like a Jeffrey Epstein situation, I guess. And then what happened then? Yeah, so I went to the university. Sorry, we can't do anything. Went to USU. Went to yacht parties. The company running the night. Nothing can happen. So I thought, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this. I don't like this. Let's start my own club night. Let's do it.
Was it time to be proactive?
It was time to be proactive, Aiden.
Damn.
So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hands. Let's start my own club night. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if I can do a better job.
Let's get this bread.
Yeah, because there's a little fire burning inside of me.
That's actually boss. I'm not gonna lie. Like the fact, like obviously we're talking to how successful your company has been to date, but you know the fact that you started it to say
Motivational.
Yeah, to say respectfully, fuck you for what you did, rather than like going off. You could have easily gone off, bitched about it, carried on telling people.
Oh, of course.
To like whatever, don't go to that club.
A lot of people wouldn't have done that though. You have to think a lot of people have just gone home whimpering and been like,
no, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like they could have just been constantly moaning. You obviously asked for help, which is definitely the right thing to do.
But what's mad as well is the fact of a lot of people would have gone home after being beaten up or whatever, even if it wasn't their fault or whatever, and they'd have gone back to the club the next time.
Yeah,
and wouldn't
exactly.
have got in, even though it wasn't their fault. But instead, you thought, no, I'm not even going to try that. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to grab life by the testicles and squeeze them till they're blue.
Well, that's just about it. I think I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror because I felt shit. I felt, downgraded, and I thought, that affects you as a person, affects your ego.
Was it more than a physical thing, like a mental thing as well?
It was a mental thing. It was like nothing. Like I was wronged, and then the people who were meant to support me could do nothing. So I looked at myself in the mirror and thought, you know what? I cannot look at myself in the mirror 1 second longer if I am not taking actions and laying down the paved stones to actually make this better for myself.
But I'm not sure if you mentioned it. Sorry, I feel like I zoned out on one slight bit. What was the reason behind the bouncer flipping?
Oh yeah, I was drunk in a club. I got kicked out. Fair enough. And then I was saying, why am I getting kicked out? I wanted to know the reason. I've seen it. I've run club nights now. I've seen it hundreds of times. People are shouting at the bouncers, talking to the bouncer, saying, why am I kicked out? Why am I kicked out? It's their job to say, look, you're drunk, fuck off, go away, whatever. For whatever reason, the bouncer just grabbed me and threw me against a wall. And then from there, obviously, I think on the way down, I grabbed him. And then
was it just one bouncer?
No, there was one.
He said there was 6.
One threw me, and then when I was falling, I
6?
grabbed him. And then 6 have started jumping in.
See, there's 2 things you gather from that. One, never fuck with bouncers because the security tape will not work that day.
Yeah, they're all units.
They've got all the power. Yeah, they're obviously massive people. And 2, this is a stereotype, but most of them probably got bullied as a child, and
really?
because some of them. No, there's some very very nice bouncers.
There are,
but some people just abuse the power. Like there was no need to act in the way that they did. I feel
the nicest bouncers are those that work at bars rather than clubs.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I guess
but then that club,
it's also different types of people because clubs it is more the younger generation and what have you. Whereas those at bars, for instance, slugging lettuce.
Yeah.
It's slightly different, maybe a bit older, a bit more,
Well, I'm not sure
put together.
If Jack, your company employs the bouncers at Ziggy's, but
it's on the agency. I think.
They're genuine. Like the bouncers that are at your club night are genuinely they do their job, but they're also nice people.
Yeah, they are.
They do exactly what you said. You're drunk, go home. You're not coming back in. Fine. If there's a bit of pushback,
they're top lads and
really nice people. Yeah.
But actually, it's because we're associated with you, Jack, and they know we're your close.
But mate, they're doing their job, so.
No, but also every time we go there, they're always like, "Oh, you're right, mate. How are you?" And they indulge in conversation rather than just like, "Oh, you're back.
I think it's key to keep like an intimate relationship between, obviously. Well, I'm the promoter. I don't hire the bouncer, but the venue does. I have a good relationship with the venue, and then they have a good relationship with the bouncing company or the agency. And through that, it creates a very positive circle between the staff. Other companies, let's say, if a company is not as involved with the circulation of the staff and they stay outside of the circle, then the bouncers obviously don't have... there's that lack of connection there, and then they take it on themselves.
Is this where it's like external agents?
Yeah, like Salvation maybe. The bouncers there, they're notorious for doing stuff.
So are the Ziggy's ones? Are they always at Ziggy's?
Yeah, they're Ziggy's
permanent.
Stuff. Yeah, that's why they're good, because they're hired by the venue, and the venue can keep a good relationship. So when there's a lack of relationship in their agency, they don't care as much. Then they'll try and satisfy their ego through abusing the punters, because they know their agency's always going to back them. It's quite a vicious circle. So that's how it works.
I know you obviously got your Friday club night with Ziggy's. I don't know too much about Ziggy's. I know it used to be called Mansion, and I went there once while it was under the name Mansion. Is it throughout the week? Do they have lots of events? Because I'm sure if they've got permanent security, surely there must be reason to have them on, because otherwise they're getting 1 or 2 shifts a week.
So I think a lot of them have side jobs.
Right. Okay.
They'll do stuff on the side.
A bit like Sinan. Our mate Sinan's just started working on the door. But obviously he's a student as well.
Yeah.
A couple of bucks.
Well, the thing was, Sinan unfortunately didn't get the doorman job, so he's now working on payment. So he's taking payments at the door. Fair play. He's working actually for my competitor, which is quite funny.
How'd you feel about that? Because
that's kind of hot.
Yeah. It's all right. I don't have anything against them. It's all.
Would you say
you're in the nature of business?
Would you say you're less boys with him now?
Of course not. No. Actually,
so
yeah. Fuck him,
does that
bro.
mean you want to fight him?
I heard someone told me he's coming through tonight. I'm just gonna put a ban on the door for him. You're not getting in.
So would you say you hate him?
I think I would, bro.
Maybe he's spying on you.
Well, I'll be damned. Oh shit! Wait, what?
You're putting force into my mind, boys.
Whoa.
Tell us more about like your actual journey in terms of like starting a business, because you were a full-time student when you started it.
I was.
Are you still a full-time student now? How long ago was that? Like, give us a bit of background.
Oh,
about
I've graduated now.
Can you give us some information starting from the Marmite room on East?
The Marmite room from East. Which one are you referring to?
The room you started in with Marmite and the window.
Marmite in the window.
Do you not remember? We walked past the room. It had a load of Marmite in the window, and you were like, "That was the room."
Oh, that. Okay, I'm gonna put the thing down there. So after the Salvos thing happened with the bouncer, I had this pending fire inside of me. How do I get it out? What do I do? I need a strategy. I want to start my own club night, but I'm not gonna go and start it if I don't see the opportunity. After a bit, lockdown happened. Everyone was isolated. It was quite shit. And then I was in that campus room. I was on campus.
So you stayed in York?
I stayed in York. Yeah, I stayed in York.
Did you stay in York? So I stayed in York.
Was it for first year?
Yeah.
I left when the first lockdown was happening.
That's crazy though. So obviously you were doing that at home and whatever. You were starting a business and I was doing the GTA glitch to get extra money in the casino. 3 different lifestyles. Look how we ended up.
All here on the couch. Yeah, so I was in the room. I was bored, and I thought, you know what, like, what's going on? Like, how can I start this? And I thought, you know what, it's an attention-driven economy. So first of all, I need attention.
Well, that's not difficult, is it?
That's what Aiden likes.
So how I went forward from there, I thought, okay, so how do I kind of unify?
Wait, hold on. I just heard that, Kai. Shut up. What a prick.
Are you done squabbling, boys?
Always taking digs on me.
It's the extrovert in me.
Whoa.
Sorry, Jack, please continue.
Yeah, so attention-driven economy, I need to unify everybody. So I thought, okay, so what's going on? There's a lockdown, calm. What next? People have not been clubbing in a long time, okay, so everyone wants a club, but there's no clubs open. So how do you find a medium? Okay, so I started an Instagram page and a Facebook page called, it was called like Student Party Network.
I remember this. Was this what you got in trouble with?
So, yeah.
I remember this. This was good. This was actually
I think you should go into detail about this because this is interesting.
Yeah, so it was called like
Student
Party. I forgot the name, but yeah. And what I did, I said, look, lockdowns are going to end on the 26th of June or whatever it is. So, and once they do that, we can have house parties of up to 30 people. So I said, look, I created like 15 group chats on Facebook, and I got a map and I conned it off into 15 bits and said, so if you're in, let's say, and labeled them 1 to 15, if you're in 1 or you're in 5 or you're in 7, just comment which one you're in. I'll put you in the group chat, and then you can organise house parties with people in your area. We got thousands of people joining the Facebook.
That's very smart.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about you, Kai. Were you mates with Jack at the time?
Yeah. I met him in like the first
So I
few
wasn't
weeks.
mates with you, Jack, but I heard of the system which was going on. Little did I know it would end up as we are now.
Yeah, so obviously did that, and then I had thousands of people joining the group chats, joining the Instagram page, Facebook page, and then I had everyone obviously following the pages, and they got well, that was a way to satisfy people. You know, everyone's like being locked inside, they're feeling shit. I was feeling shit myself, and it kind of gave me the inspiration. You know, how do they feel? How do I look at how I feel, and then just kind of what do I want to do, and then just make that into like a universal thing.
Doesn't that show how emotionally draining, and in terms of associates to mental health massively, how much lockdown really affected us? Because I think, I'm not sure about you guys, I only know myself, and myself was, my personal thought was I loved lockdown, only because I had a girlfriend for a while, and then near the end of it, when we were in second year, I had a house with 3 of my really close mates, and we lived there the whole time and really enjoyed it. But a lot of people really did suffer, and you can see that with the fact of thousands of people joining, because if you launched an event now, more often than not, you'd probably get maybe 200 people.
Your marketing's very good then,
exactly.
maybe.
And if you're getting 1,000 plus, that's very good marketing, and almost filling something in a lot of people's hearts, which was empty for 2 years or so.
I think that's the way business starts. You know, you've got to find a gap in the market.
I was literally about to say is you were providing a solution to a problem that a lot of people had. So obviously it was extremely clever for you to make that, because no one else thought of that, at least in our area. But the fact that you actually went and did that, and it satisfied so many people's kind of problem, like Aidan kind of said. But yeah, like with lockdowns, I kind of agree with you. Like for me, the first lockdown was pretty good for me, because it was summer, good weather.
Yeah.
I loved the sun. I hadn't seen my family. Like it was nice to spend time with my family. Like I got back into shape, doing all them, them home runs and workouts and all that rubbish.
Oh, what, the 5K challenge?
Yeah, so many people cheated on that, as a side note. But like I got into trading, then that's where I really picked up like all my kind of side things that I kind of do. Really kind of had time to focus. But after the first one, it started taking a toll. Like when it started getting dark, really, is when it kind of started to affect me a bit, like more winter times.
Do you know what's interesting? So I've got some family member who's a few years younger than us. But anyway, a conversation came about where they were talking about the fact that I'll say family member, but my sister, because she's a few years younger, 4 years younger. So she's year 13 now. So they missed year 11 and year 12.
They're like the best years at school.
Yeah, exactly. That whole socialising period, and obviously because I have family members that work in schools, and they talk about the fact that they don't, like a lot of students and people who are now turning 18, they didn't have that key period of time in which they could develop the skills, meet new people, and like for me, as I spoke about in one of the previous episodes, that was my prime time where my life completely changed. That year 11 summer, they didn't have that.
Yeah, I've got 3 sisters, and they're all there's a 2-year age gap between all of them. The 2 older ones.
Are you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Yeah. The 2 older ones are a bit more to themselves. They've got their close group of friends, and they kind of keep themselves to themselves. My youngest sister, she must have been about 11 when the lockdown started, which I think is actually worse, because like that's when you actually go out and like you go into a new school. You're actually at the age where you start meeting people, and I saw her probably get affected the most in that kind of period as well. So I agree with you. I think every person that didn't get that kind of key school years of socialising, meeting people, really, really struggled, because, like, listen, it was hard for everyone.
Thank God for consoles.
Honestly, yeah, so
GTA got revived.
Yeah, she was playing. Yeah, exactly. She was playing Fortnite every single day with her friends, and obviously, if that was a normal period of time, my parents wouldn't have been too happy. Like if they're constantly on the PlayStation, but at the same time, that's her only bit of socialising with people. Pardon me, outside the house. So yeah, I think, and with that age, like you can't really do productive stuff like us 3 kind of did. Like really, at 11, I mean at 16, even that's like you don't really know all of that kind of thing.
You don't got the conscious choice to kind of like direct yourself through it. Like you kind of you're being told what to do in that situation, but then like you're given knowledge. It's like a bit of a void in your experience.
100%. And like with you, like you, the thing you started, obviously it comes from your entrepreneurial mind and whatnot. But did you make money off that actually?
I'm trying to get drunk. Sorry guys, I have to interrupt.
Sorry,
We're going out after this. I need to get drunk.
Yeah, the AUKA mix bangs.
Did I make money?
Yeah, like was the idea of that to make money, or was it to actually connect people?
So I think with a lot of people, if they want to make money and they want to go into entrepreneurship, they kind of see it as a fast track to success. I saw it more of a stepping stone, a stairway, and I've got to try and build the stairs to reach the level I want to get at. So first step was getting the attention, building the page. Second was providing a solution, which was obviously the house party idea, put that out there, people did it. And then third, when restrictions ended, I think at that point, people were like, oh shit, we can go to clubs now. And I obviously didn't, I was like, okay, I need a club night to run. So, sorry, actually, I've skipped a step. Before then, like there was maybe 6-7 months where there was no club nights and like the house parties weren't going. So I needed a way to sustain the audience. So I worked with all the colleges. I promoted different college events, internal USU college events to keep people active and keep them updated on what's going on. So I increased the engagement in those, and the page had utility to the audience. Then in the background, this was going on in the front end. In the back end, I was reaching out to all the different clubs, the different managers, saying, "Look, I've got a page here. I want to run club nights. I've got ideas." Reaching out. I got rejected, saying, "Oh, you've got no experience, whatever." Then obviously Ziggy's, spoke to Ziggy's. I was impressed, about the tenacity that I had, and they said, "Okay, we're going to give you a chance on the Monday." And then so Monday we did when I think was it June when term came around, I did the Monday. The Mondays went okay.
What a jump though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Obviously, you're about to go into this, but what a jump from having a Monday. A Monday is probably one of the least busy times of the week to a Friday,
especially in York.
Yeah,
so
that's a huge jump.
For people that didn't go to uni as well, like obviously going out during the week is quite normal.
That's a trough. So, that's literally a trough to a peak.
Yeah, Monday's a poo-poo night, really.
I think so. This is the way the business works. You go to a new club, you go to a new organisation. Yeah, look, I can do the job, I can get people in, whatever. They're never going to say, oh my God, yeah, you said these things, you're going to let in. Like, never the case. Unless you've got like an insanely experienced portfolio, they're never going to trust your word. So what I had to do is basically just say, okay, give me a shit night. I'll prove myself on the shit night. If it goes well, I'll try my fancy on the good night. So I did the shit night. It went quite well. We did sufficient. It was sufficient.
The players still played. The players played for real.
Monday. Yeah, I mean, I remember Monday being pretty good, but when you compare it to your stuff now,
yeah. So the Monday was sufficient. Like I said, it wasn't. It wasn't fucking.
It's proof of concept, really, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was proof that you could bring people.
But you've got to look at it relatively. So you look at the Mondays and the Fridays. The Fridays were pulling in, let's say, 200 people. The Mondays were pulling in 150 people. So I said, look at what night I've got compared to the Friday. You look at then imagine if I had the Friday with the same marketing strategy, I could pull in X 5 more people. Then after a bit, they're gonna say, okay, whatever. Then once I keep proving myself on the Monday, go, okay, maybe we'll give you a shot. Give me the shot, then you do well, then I'll say you get the club night.
So, in terms of your club nights, I'm sure there'll be busier nights than other nights. Were there many times where the club was empty and you felt like, oh, this is really bad? Only because all I was thinking throughout this was the fact of a lot of people, if the club night was very dry, or maybe a couple of weeks in a row, they'd start to think, oh, you know what, maybe this isn't right. But yet you persevered.
I think this is the key fundamental thing of entrepreneurship. Like, it's nothing's gonna go perfect, things go bad. You get no one coming in, you get people walking out of the club night saying, oh, this is shit, whatever.
You get cameras not working for the first 6 minutes of the first episode.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah, so it's one of them, like, people say, oh, this isn't the best club night, whatever, no one's here. And a lot of people kind of, they attach their ego to the idea of success, and then when it doesn't go well, that shatters, and then they shatter, and then their motivation drops. What you've got to do is look at it quite rationally. Say, okay, so this is what I think will go well, not what I hope to go well. This is what I think will go well. So if it doesn't go well, okay, well, I think the next one will go well. And then you've got to keep going and going and going. Just every time something shatters in front of your eyes, once you feel bad, once nothing goes well, just think, okay, next time. Nothing happens first time. Very, very few people have that. So it's all about persistence, staying motivated, having the determination, So some Mondays didn't go well, others did, and a lot of people. I know other people who had who did club nights as well. Who tried doing events, and one event went bad and they dropped out. But me personally, if something goes bad, it adds to the fire.
Well, that's the thing, like, about entrepreneurship is, firstly, you're solving a problem. You're providing a solution to someone's problem. That's first. Second is, like you said, your job is to put out fires all day. Like, you're basically like a firefighter. Like,
you're a problem solver.
Exactly, that's the exact job. And the problem with that, well, it's not really a problem if you love it, is most people can't constantly solve other people's problems because they just can't deal with that stress themselves.
There's a lot going on inside their own, in their own soul, so they cannot deal with other people's problems.
Exactly, and it's like an anxiety ridden path in a sense, and not a lot
for real.
No, but it's true because not a lot of people can kind of cope with that, because if things are constantly from young, you're taught when things are wrong to kind of shelter up or to run away or to even to face the problem on. But with what you just said with business and entrepreneurship, things are always going to go wrong. If things aren't going wrong, you're not doing something right, because it means you're comfortable. So that's why not everyone can do it, and that's why. And
I think if things are going right, so if things externally are going very right, then you're not being challenged internally, and that's going to prove a problem down the line when things do become personal.
Well, yeah, that's
you need failure and to let's say step over failure to build you as a person, and that itself is a skill you need to exceed in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, in my opinion as well, there's something. It was during lockdown, especially. Actually, I was actually reading quite a lot, and I kind of got this thing in my head that it's complacency is the biggest killer.
Yeah, I get
which
bored.
Is it's like you look at some of the biggest companies in the world that have been attacked by new companies. Say for example the taxi industry. They thought no one's ever going to come for us. We're too big. We're too good. Uber turns up.
Swipe them under the
hotels. Hotels. Hilton are saying no one's ever going to come for us. They started providing poor service, too expensive. Exactly that. Yeah. And obviously that's what you just said is spot on. So yeah, obviously rate what you're doing. Obviously carry on.
Thank you.
What the?
What's going on?
Huh.
Yes, Jono. How are you?
I'm like, Jono, mush the world.
Yo, people, what? Okay, today we got a new mush drop. Just thought I'd come through to TunedIn Podcast, give them the first taste of that. So,
damn, son.
What's Christmas come early, Jono?
Oh yeah, type shit, man. You know I'm always coming through.
Let's go, man.
God bless the boys every time. Shit.
Damn, looking like a fairy right now, dropping this care package.
Right, so here we got the summer tea,
Wait, what? Is it? Hold on, is he the only one getting a t-shirt?
Oh no, I got
Who's
something
that
for you.
Who's
bro.
that for? Is that for me?
Don't worry.
Appreciate that, Jono, man.
Today, we got something brand new for you.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Is this that new stuff?
Alright, so here we got the first ever hoodie we've done. To be fair,
That's looking cold, Jono.
400 GSM straight from Pakistan just landed today on sale for you.
Damn, son.
And this is it.
Wait,
First one.
what?
Right here.
So this has landed what? 4th of November.
Yeah, man.
Today.
Today. On
And
sale.
we got it.
Today on sale all weekend, man.
Oh,
Have yourself a deal, for sure.
They're gonna miss it though. This comes out on Monday.
Gutted, but follow Mush the World for more deals, because I'm always making more clothes.
Do you know what? In future though, we might have to do a little promo thing.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely
Promo
something.
code
This is
going
just a
out.
taste, to be fair. I'm just introducing myself to the podcast, man.
Listen, if
Well,
anyone
great.
wants to go and look it out, drop Jono a message saying TuneIn Podcast.
For sure, man. If I know you've come from this, you're getting a deal, to be fair.
Let's go, man.
Do you know what I mean? You'll find them on our Instagram.
Appreciate that, Jono, man.
Cheers, boss.
Mush the world. Safe for.
Mush the world.
See you tonight at Ziggy's.
Kai, are you seeing this? Wait, what?
What's gone on? What has happened?
Is that Mush the World?
I think it is.
Did we pass out?
Looks like that. I don't think I've seen this stuff before though.
Shit.
Call that, boys. That's called.
What the hell?
What is going on?
What's?
Fuck. Anyway.
I mean, I guess we continue.
Yeah.
Boys.
What's up in there?
So obviously I've explained how the Ziggler's got established.
Ziggles.
Yeah, it got established through, here, there, and everywhere through different strategies, blah, blah, blah. But what do you think of it? Well, actually, it doesn't matter how it got started. It matters how the audience find it. As members yourself, as marketeers, what do you think?
Are we talking about how much we enjoy it or our KDs?
Both.
Well, my KDs is 0.4, so I can't really talk on that. But in terms of enjoyment, I absolutely love it. I feel so welcome whenever I go there. And I feel so unbelievably happy.
Well, yeah, he's saying that because he gets like 4 bottles of champagne every time he goes.
Nah, to be, look, on a real though, I always, even when I wasn't here, I was still promoting Ziggy's Fridays and stuff like that. I've always been, since the beginning, I've always been promoting Ziggy's Fridays. Only because I've even said to you the fact of, I fucking love Ziggy's Fridays.
Can I give my personal opinion on that? So he's promoted Ziggy's Friday, however, only so his Wednesday Revs girls could maybe transition over to a new Friday, and then he has a.
Is that getting you more tickets?
Maybe it does.
And
so
actually,
yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You've got to respect me. All I ever do in this world is look out for my friends, and all I want to do is make sure they're happy,
Aiden's
I'm happy, and we all grow as
a
individuals
solely
and
lovely
flourish
person.
into the beautiful humans we wish to be.
Listeners out there, as you can tell, all three of us are getting a bit more drunk. Because both these boys are washing out
I
their
don't even
arse.
get drunk.
Blame AU,
Yeah.
and the sipper, Kai and Ali.
Going back to the point
Hella
of
stuttering
Ziggy's,
as well. We're all over the place right now.
Going back to the-
I
going
feel like
back
I'm
to
in
the
Thorpe
point-
Park right now.
going back to the point of Ziggy's, obviously, like exactly like Aiden, we're always going to promote our boys' stuff. We're always going to help each other out.
Thank you.
But honestly,
Do you feel you've had the same stuff for the podcast, Kai? This is separate to obviously Ziggy's and Jack's events. In terms of the podcast and the reception you've had, how do you feel like that's gone since maybe the past podcast we released?
Yeah.
And obviously now that we're focused on getting maybe 1-2 reels out every day, in addition to other content and promotional posts.
yeah,
How do you feel? How do you feel, especially your friends?
yeah. I mean, it's been a mixed response. I'll be honest. Like,
Surprising?
yeah, quite much. So I mean, listen, we've had a lot of support. Like,
A lot.
Yeah, obviously our first videos. About 700 views, maybe a bit more.
Over 750, which is
Yeah.
sick for a first video.
Yeah,
Bearing in mind,
yeah,
a lot of people. Well, to be fair, we between us, we do know a lot of people.
yeah, but still, like the fact that, like we said before,
Devoted an
people
hour
took
of
that-
their time to watch us ramble on about
Yeah.
4PE, starting a cult at uni, and how my room stinks of poo in first.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people who I barely ever talk to who have promoted a lot of my stuff.
Crazy feeling, innit?
Yeah, there's people who I speak to more regularly who haven't promoted it as much. It's a mixed, it's a mixed. How about yourself?
I've actually got closer with some people because of it.
Yeah.
So there's some people, obviously, that I've maybe met once or twice. Some people I've never met before, but then they've been like, oh, you know what? I watched your video. I can relate to you on this, that, and the other. You make Kai, like, I don't rate him, but I rate the podcast. So, like, people associate well with the podcast.
It does happen.
And yeah, it's just a nice feeling of like when you wake up on a cold Thursday morning and you look at your phone and you see a passionate message talking about how people really enjoying your stuff. It's sick, and it associates to what we said about seeing people, groups of mates, sat watching us in their living room. That's mad. Bearing in mind, this time last year we were just waking up at 3 p.m. every day after getting hammered.
As someone who, let's say, tuned in for the first time when I saw your first 2 podcasts,
This is interesting.
it's it's warming to see, because obviously, like, I'm on the entrepreneurial route myself,
And you know us.
but then seeing friends, let's say, taking a dive into the ocean which never explored before, so the podcast ocean, like, it's good to see you guys jumping into something new and exploring, and the potential for like success. But you're doing it because you enjoy it, to talk about different topics.
Definitely.
But then, like, just jumping into that, like, say, entrepreneurial route is very, very good to see, because not a lot of people do a university. University is like, I say 95% of people just want to go to university, get good grades, and go into a 9-to-5. But to see people actually want to diverge from that, it actually warms my heart. Like, that's like, I love that.
I'll be honest as well. This is completely out of my comfort zone. Like, although what Aiden was saying earlier, he's really, let's be honest, the extrovert out of the pair. I've had obviously I got a lot of good feedback, and I specifically asked for, like, give us every bit of feedback, like constructive criticism. And the two that kind of stuck with me is...
What are those 2 comments?
No, not them ones. But from the first episode is like, you look like you're so uncomfortable where you're planted on the sofa. This is about myself. And you said 100% about 100 times.
That makes me laugh so much. Even now, when we're driving about in the car and I hear 100% again.
Yeah, I mean, I made a conscious effort not to say 100% last
100%.
episode, but I still had it. Yeah, 100%. I still said it once, but...
You're always going to get constructive... Well,
No. I want it, though, because, like... There's no way I can see this getting better. And
Do you know what's mad? Obviously, I came to you, Kai, didn't I? I phoned you up one day and I was like, Kai, I'm coming to you.
Let's do it, baby.
You know what I mean? I said to you, I was like, I feel you'd be best to go ahead with something like this. Only because, as well, we were in the position of, we'd both graduated, we're both down south.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I even came to in the first place, like the whole thought behind it, I mentioned it numerous times to mates at unis and stuff like that, but it's the fact of everyone always says I can waffle and I can just talk, and
Yes, you can.
some people say I chat shit. I don't chat shit. I chat logistics and statistics, as one would say. But that being said, I thought, you know what? Let's give it a go. Shout my boy Kai.
Let's go.
We tried it out and we got a nice reception. I mean, other than my mum saying I swore too much in it, it was excellent.
That's interesting you say that, yeah. No, listen, I've enjoyed it a lot.
Apparently, you didn't swear at all.
Yeah.
According to Mummy Claire.
I mean... I can't actually remember. But yeah, I mean, it's good, like, and I think because we'll get back to obviously everything we're talking about, but because we're both doing very similar but different things. Like, you graduated, went straight into a good job, but like a structured job. I graduated and went straight into my own business, trying to build something from the ground up, and then I'm trying to build this from the ground up as well. Yeah, it's great. Like, I'm really enjoying it, and then we get to bring people like Jack on, and hopefully more people on as well as it comes on. But yeah, I want to just share like what we've been through, because, like you're saying, I had so many friends who I haven't spoken to in a while, who have been like, the stories you're talking about like your different uni experiences were so funny, or they're relatable, or how the hell did you get into
Rats on the ceiling.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, your stories were probably a bit funnier than mine, but
mine is gruesome. I've literally come through. I came from the sticks of Surrey. I really came from the trenches. You know,
poor boy had a silver spoon.
You know what I mean? I built my way up to where I am today. So all I can do is thank myself.
I'll tell you one thing, lovely listeners out there. There's 3 things that are guaranteed in this world, at least with this podcast: death, death, taxes, and Ada moaning about something.
That's such cap. I don't even moan. I literally don't even moan. Like, fair enough, after I went gym the other day, you know, because it's road to getting bolo season. Obviously, my arms really hurt at the moment. And fair enough, I moaned a little bit.
Then 2 kgs must have been pushing weight.
It's because I don't need to get big, because I don't need to fight people in the club. Kai, Ali. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't need it. I'm doing it more for... I feel like I've got to the point now, it's like, what do I want to explore?
The height served its own gratification.
Yeah, I mean, obviously being 5'11" does me well. But the...
Must be about 5'4" then.
Getting bolo would just
5'2".
be an advantage.
Fucking hell.
No, I've just got long legs, I've just got a tiny torso.
Spider.
A frog. A dashing frog, to say the least. You know, Princess and the Frog. I have always said that.
How tall are you actually? Like,
I have always said I want to marry a princess.
You've always said like 6'7". Like, what actually?
I've never said 6'7".
I've been on with you on a night
6'5".
out. You're like, oh yeah, I'm 6'7". Like, what's your?
That's called exaggeration for the ladies, Jack.
818 6'7", but I'm a humble 6'5", which I'm grateful for, in all honesty. You know what I mean? I can't complain right now.
I think I'm 6'1" with Air Forces on.
Yeah. Well, as much as you say that, you have to understand...
Some 6 I'm not going to mention.
You have to understand, associated to clubbing, being very tall, it obviously has its many perks, but it has a couple... why is Teddy calling me? Get out of here. It has a couple negatives.
Zero on the chat.
Yeah, it has a couple negatives where...
when you're hanging over the birds like a crane, like...
No, you have to understand, when you're in a club, eyes are always on you. Like, everyone can see you at every moment, so... It's
even peripherally, like, it's going to affect their subconscious, which affects their conscious reasoning towards the way they act with you.
Here we go. X equals Y over Z to the P to the Q. No, but it associates to first year when I was in catering. Obviously, I suffer from going red. So I'd walk into catering every day, go bright red. I'm not nervous. I just go bright red, and then everyone would look at me and go, "Haha, look, Aiden's red." And everyone
What,
would
they'd actually
giggle.
do that?
Yeah.
What, people you don't know,
No,
or-
my housemates I live with now.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
they'd be joking about it, but they'd be like, you know what? Oh, look, there's Aiden. He's red, and everyone would be looking at me, and I'd be like, oh.
Bang.
I'll be shaking my lasagna all over the gaff.
I mean, like I said before, it's an attention-driven economy. If you're tall and you're looking for girls want handsome males. You're tall, you're gonna get a lot of attention. It works.
No, so I didn't say
Do
handsome.
the shades do bits?
Yeah, maybe that was the wrong word.
What?
Reasonably okay.
Why are you wearing glasses, Jack?
Why am I?
Yeah.
I have a condition in my eye.
Wait,
I have a condition, so there's too many lights in here, so I just don't want this left one to I'll end up like not seeing out of it, and it'll make me quite anxious. So yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, makes sense.
It's one of them.
Yeah. Going back to the Ziggy stuff. So the club event you run, Jack.
Yeah.
What is like the craziest story that has happened? Like
The craziest. Let's think. So, if I had to pick the craziest story, I would say, what personally for me as a business owner, or in general, like what has happened in terms of the customers being there.
give me both.
Sorry.
Personally, for me, the craziest was the first night I ran it. We got 800 people into the venue with 3 floors.
I remember that. Was that Monday?
The fire alarm went off, and that was.
What was this the first night of Ziggy's?
Yeah, my first night. The fire.
That's
alarm.
not ideal.
The fire alarm went off, and obviously I didn't have a fucking clue what's going on. So I was like, "Oh shit, this is not good." Luckily, no one could hear it downstairs, so they stayed there. Upstairs, went downstairs, caused a bit of confusion, sorted it out, but that created a big panic in me. That's memorable. In terms of what's happened in the club night, probably I think the most memorable night is when Chef Dave came. Chef Dave or Aaron Hunt. That was quite fun.
What those TikTokers?
Yeah, I mean,
Kai, wait a minute. Has it happened again?
What's going on?
What are you wearing now?
I've been like this the whole time.
No, I see.
yeah.
What are you wearing?
Huh?
What are you wearing?
Mush the World sunglasses.
Nice.
Soon come.
Yeah, Chef Dave, Aaron Hunt, good TikTokers. They came to the club night. They set the place on fire.
They blew up over lockdown, didn't they? A bit like you with your club.
It wasn't even during lockdown. It was after that thing.
Damn, son.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know much about Chef Dave, but Aaron Hunt is so jokes.
Yeah, I mean, Chef
Fucking
and
yes,
Aaron,
guys.
They're two pieces of the same pod. Like, they're very good. And they have a third guy called Simple Simon. They have a YouTube channel together called Three Blokes and Beer. They do very well on that.
Is that... They came together, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So
yeah.
do you know them all kind of on a personal level now? Or more on a business level?
Obviously, on the business level, we got the contact numbers, and I think we grew to a personal level. And they're good guys.
Speaking of that...
We're going to do more club nights in the future at different cities. So
speaking
watch
of
out for
that, do you have anything coming up? This is. Let me interrupt you. Before we get on to the conclusion, do you have any stuff coming up in which
Yes.
those that are listening might be like, you know what, I might have to take a little trip down to York for this one because this one's about to go boom.
Yes, of course. So we've got Big John coming to York. Bosh.
That big John.
We've got Big John coming to York next week.
Fried rice,
What
sweet
day?
chicken.
Yeah.
What date is that for the viewers?
That's Friday. So Friday
Is that 11th?
Yeah, Friday the 11th for him. He's coming to York. He's coming to Hull on the 8th of November. So that's next Tuesday.
You're doing bits then.
Yeah,
It's
that's
alright.
that's
You
pretty
are doing
cool.
bits
But
because you don't see Big John coming to Salvos,
You don't? No, that's because they got, as Kai was saying, they got complacent.
and that's on Von.
Yeah. So that's going well. Furthermore, they're coming to.
We might have to make a bloopers for this episode.
Nah, it's Jono in the background. He's killing me. It's alright.
Jono, when's Jono been here?
Oh, what the fuck? He's still here. Wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Yeah. So basically, Big John's coming to Hull.
Sorry. As you can see, the liquor's hitting these rookies.
What's he laughing at?
I remember my first AU and KA.
Yeah,
This probably actually is, to be fair.
Well, you must chill. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Big John's coming to Hull on the 8th at Piper nightclub. He's coming to Ziggy's on the 11th at Ziggy's nightclub in York. He's coming, he's going to Coventry as well. We've got Big John and Aaron coming to Coventry next term as well. We've got Oxford, we've got Leeds, we've got Lancaster. We've got a few different venues. So yeah, it's looking very good.
Is this all run by you in Oxford, Leeds, Lancaster?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
This is the first I heard about Oxford and Lancaster.
Started out in York, branched out. We've got multiple venues now. Networking, you know.
Oxford's
B
near.
equals C, you know, you do well, you network very well, and you hit a venue. The next thing you know, you've got the perfect club night.
Jack, how are you managing that?
So
Do you physically have to be at all of these events?
no, I can hire staff. I can hire a manager on the night. I can do that. So if I delegate,
That's sick.
So
that's sick.
each night, so I can delegate, but it takes money. But then if I think, okay, well, shall I delegate or shall I not? If I don't delegate, then, you know, like,
well,
I probably need to do something there.
Well,
if I don't need to do anything, then I won't delegate. I'll be there and save the money. And the
well,
time.
Jack, listen, if you didn't delegate, you could only do one. So you could either have 100% of one thing or X% of 4, 5, 6, 7.
I presume you've been.
Things,
Sorry, is that a question?
No.
So
I thought that was a question.
It depends on
saying
what I'm
this
doing
too.
during the time. You know, if I've got stuff on, if I've got to send emails, if I've got a network, if I've got a meeting or something.
I imagine first time you're running in, say, for example, Oxford, you probably want to be there.
Yeah. First time you want to network.
Can I ask a question?
No.
This is going to be my last. It's going to be my last question of the evening. It's out of the different locations you've been to, that you've kind of investigated and thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind persevering some business here. In terms of the people, what's been your favourite area, and that you think, if you could say to one of the listeners here, like, oh, come here, try this, where would it be?
I can't lie. I've gone to Dubai, to Florida, to Miami. What the same fucking thing. I could have been anywhere in the world otherwise. I would always pick York, because York's my home ground. York's where I started the business, and York's where I know the people, and York's literally my bread and butter.
I rate that answer. Yeah, no, York is actually.
Yeah. And I'm the peanut butter on top, for real. What are you, Kai?
Yeah, you.
I'm the bread.
Huh?
I'm the bread.
No, because he's the bread and butter.
Oh,
Joe, man.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't like the liquor's getting to you.
You're the knife and you're the plate, boys. We'll do that. You're the knife, you're the plate.
I'm the fit waiter.
I've got a question before we finish. Actually,
No.
You've started hitting a lot of big cities, especially student ones.
You've hit as many cities as Kai has hit people in Ziggy's.
So how have you ever thought about like going for the big one, like London? Have you looked into that?
XOY Shoreditch.
Have you ever seen Peaky Blinders?
Of course I have.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Well, you know how if you went to London, no leverage there, everyone's going to attack him. He kind of needs leverage in the outside areas before he goes to London. So you need contacts there. Let's say you want to take Brighton, you want to take, I don't know, Kent, maybe you want to do Luton, you want to do Bristol, and then you want to do Watford, you want to do, I don't know, Birmingham. And once you've got, so networks surrounding a big area probably means those networks, when you conclude them and network with all of them, can equal like you a good network in London. Until you got a good network in one city, you cannot move to that because you're going to get fucking squashed. So it's a game of strategy. It's a game of chess.
Fredo once said, "Survival of the fittest."
Exactly. And if you're not fit in some area, if you're not
On my
got a
mama.
network, you don't do it. So yeah, I want to one day. However, it's just not. It's not. I've not got the ability to yet.
No, that's why I asked, because London's extremely competitive.
It is. Yeah.
Obviously, it's the most competitive market in the country.
I mean, it's like me going in a box match against you. It's not going to work, is
Nah,
it?
don't
You know
be
what I mean?
silly.
Are you going to get beat?
Don't be silly. Yeah, exactly. But listen.
I think we should do a tuned-in boxing match soon.
What, between who and who?
You and I.
Do you want the smoke?
Huh? I can't like. It's one of the.
Hey, boys,
Genuinely.
before any words are spoken, I'll promote this.
Wait, how much? 1 minute.
I'll do everything. Boom.
Aiden, how much do you weigh?
Huh?
How much do you weigh?
Probably like right now, probably like 82, 83.
There's a 10 kilogram difference at the
What are
moment.
you? 63.
I'm 90, bro.
What? You're 90.
I'm 92 at the moment.
Yeah, but you'll get lost in my eyes and you won't be able to
Yeah,
fight.
that's fair. Yeah.
We're all wearing glasses.
Listen,
Keep glasses
you
on.
dro-
It's good.
you add
come
5,
down
I'll drop
you come
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have
to
to.
be
We've
fair-
just started drinking on the podcast. We have
Maybe
to stop
one day.
drinking on the podcast.
How about this? I think it's a fair deal. If you can beat me in a 53,
What's a 53?
50 freestyle,
What's that?
What's that?
50 front crawl.
Mate, I could just. I told you the story in episode 1. I can just about fucking do 20 seconds of breaststroke.
All right, calm. Shout me when you can. We'll fight. Lovely.
But that's two things. So if you win one, I win one.
What
Then
an
what?
arm wrestle on camera.
Nah, because you know what it is? I hurt my arms at the gym the other day. Obviously, Connor
One of
behind the
them.
camera can vouch for me. Anyway, and on that note, my people, I hope you've enjoyed this this first episode with a guest. We've had
And the
lovely
first
Jack
episode
Wilson
where
on.
we've been drinking as well. So
I mean, I'm sure you're going to see some clips.
Where's mine? There it
We'll
is.
try and get some clips after this because we're going to Ziggy's. We're going to maybe ask some weird questions, and Kyle's probably going to creep some people out.
Shout out
Most likely.
brothers. The free alcohol we stole from Vita.
it wasn't stolen. It was there to take.
But anyway,
Yeah, we took it.
truthfully, I've really enjoyed this episode. I think it's been good not having to talk to Kai for an hour.
Yeah.
I finally get to talk to someone different. Jack Wilson, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope,
Thank you very much.
Kai, I hope you've enjoyed it.
Pleasure to be here, boys.
Jack, thank you so much, man.
No problem.
Kai, should we hold hands and
I
finish it
mean,
again?
tonight is
Whoa,
Ziggy's
yeah.
going to be free champagne for
Should-
you boys. Are we holding it? Okay, calm.
So just
No, you're not involved. You're NFI. Anyway, this has been the Tuned In Podcast, episode 3. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Love.
enjoy.
Love you.
Boy.